right, it says I'm finally live. Hopefully it stays working for a minute. Hopefully you can hear and see me. Or not see me, but see my screen. Um, I have my doubts that this is going to work for very long. But I wanted to talk about some things because it's the 1:49 a.m. There we go. YouTube's telling me it's not working. But I'm going to just try it. So Ephesians 6:12 should be what you see on your screen, I believe. Let me make sure here. Okay. Yeah, it looks like you can see Ephesians 6:12. And this is a verse that most people don't believe Paul what he said here at all, and they preach against it pretty much. And what am I trying to get at? What do we struggle against? And I'm talking about deception in our world, where quite possibly the whole world has been deceived. There's a lot of us that think that, okay? But a lot of us that think that are thinking of it in a way that's against what Paul said to the Ephesians. They're thinking that it's a different way than Paul explained it. And so that's why we're going to look at this verse. Because to me, when you look at it from this point of view that Paul gives, you can see the deception clearly. You can see it much more clearly. I'm going to see if I can see if there's anyone. Rebecca Rage, 5x5, thank you. That's what I was just going to check on to see if I had any kind of indication. Hopefully that stays that way. Smoke from the Pit, hi from Northern Canada. Hello. Thank you for clicking. But so a lot of us see deception and we say, yeah, there's deception. Now it's buffering. Okay, well, hopefully YouTube records it okay. I just want to talk about, there's so many things I want to talk about, but this is a big one. All the people that talk about end times and they talk about the Bible, the book of Revelation, and these kinds of things, they don't like this verse, I think. They even say it, but I don't think that they say it quite right. That's why we're going to look at it a little bit in detail. So, in this chapter, let's just look a little bit so we have a little bit of an idea of what Paul's talking about. The full armor of God. So that's what this is titled here anyway. But he says, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. So he's talking about armor, and we know what that armor is, because it says right in this section right here. The preparation of the gospel of peace, have on your feet, having your loins girt about with truth, and having a breastplate of righteousness, and above all taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God. So he's talking about that kind of armor. Okay, and this verse tells us who are we fighting against, right? What would you need armor for? You would need it. Hey Anthony, good to see you. You would need armor for if someone either was assaulting you, or if you were engaged in battle, or if you were in a fight. You don't need armor when you're sleeping peacefully in your bed and not being attacked. You don't need like physical armor. We're not talking about physical armor though, are we? Because we're not being attacked physically in this battle. But verse 12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood. That verse right there actually says a lot that a lot of people don't believe. Hey, Buzzin23, a lot of people don't believe. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood. That's saying that we don't, we're not wrestling against men. We're not wrestling against people like us. Are you a people? I'm a people. That just made me think of a little girl on TikTok. She was talking about her doll or something to her mom, and she says, she's not a real person, but just the way she said it. If you've seen that little meme or whatever, that's funny. She says, she's not a real people. So she likes, yeah. So if it's not against men, who's it against, right? Well, it says, but against principalities, against power. What are principalities? We're gonna look at it in a minute. Against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world. So did you see the? For some reason, I hope your screen isn't blinking like mine was. Is your screen blinking, guys? My OBS is going crazy. Wow. That's distracting to me even. I'm going to just get rid of that box because I can't do anything to change it. So hopefully this records on YouTube, or hopefully you can hear it. The rulers of the darkness of this world. Well, we have to go to Genesis. Let's go to Genesis. What's darkness? What's the darkness of this world, you guys? Because we really do need to know that if we want to know what the darkness of this world is, right? Well, there's a great way to know what God called it anyway. So, right in the second verse, there's darkness. It says, and the earth was without form and void in Genesis 1. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. It doesn't really tell us what it is. It says, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. So, the first day, it says, and God said, let there be light, and there was light. And God saw God saw the light, that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness. Now we know what it is, right? It says, and God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. So what's night? It's night. You see the stars at night? See the moon? Right now, you could go outside if it's dark and you'll see the moon. All right. Anthony's got some Bible verses to check out. Yes. We will check those out right now. Search Google for that. The cup of God's wrath. Let's see here. I like that, Anthony. Jeremiah 25:15. Should we look at the KJV or what? Let's see. For thus saith the Lord God of Israel unto me, take the wine cup of this fury at my hand, and cause all the nations to whom I send thee to drink it. Does that mean when you see the truth, when he shows you the truth, to go speak it? I think that's maybe applies to that. Take the wine of this fury at my hand, and cause all the nations to whom I send thee to drink it. Let me get back to the darkness, and we'll look at that other one too. But and God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. So who's the rulers of the darkness? Darkness. Where's darkness? It's the night. It's the sky at night. It's actually a place of darkness. And if we think about it logically, why would God create the sun and moon and stars? Well, this also tells us why he created those in that night. Okay, don't forget that the firmament, the bottom firmament, or the very bottom of heaven, is a place of darkness. And the earth is beneath that darkness. That's reality. And I'll bet you there's darkness everywhere else where there's not a sun and moon and stars and the light, because the light is different than the sun, moon, and stars. Those are also lights. Two great lights, the sun and moon, and the stars. He did those on the fourth day. He said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night. Okay, so who would the rulers of the darkness be? Did you see the thumbnail? I don't know how to get the thumbnail. Do you guys remember? Well, let's just do a Google search for September 23rd, 2017. A lot of people were talking about something, a sign in the heavens at that time. Look, the first thing that comes up, biblical signs in the sky. Okay? Revelation 12 sign 2017 is not the woman or whatever. It was a big thing people were talking about. Do you remember that? Biblical signs in the sky. Can we predict the end of the world? Okay, so why were people talking about it? Well, I'm trying to just find, I don't know. Oh, look at this. NASA even has something about that day. A comet. Let's do this. Stellarium. That's just a program where you can... I'm trying to find a YouTube. Maybe this will work. Oh, this is my friend Adam. Right here, I think. Let's watch this video. I think this might be Adam, but maybe not. Pretty sure it's Adam.
Hello and welcome. Today I want to briefly discuss with you a very important topic in which the sun, the moon, and the stars will align with perfection to fulfill a 2,000-year-old prophecy. Perfection only found from the creator of heaven and earth. This prophecy was written down in the book of Revelation, the last book in the Holy Bible, directly from Jesus. This book was given to us so that we would know the time of the end, what to expect, and to know what would happen. Let's read Revelation 12 together. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. And she being with child cried, travailing in birth, and pain to be delivered. So what we see written here is the constellation Virgo, which is known as the woman, who is clothed with the sun. That means the sun is currently in the constellation Virgo. The moon is under her feet, and above her head is a crown of 12 stars. And Jupiter enters her belly, stays there for 9 months, and exits, showing a birth. So in this very descriptive passage, we see all phases, the sun, the moon, and the stars, all coming together to form a picture of a birth. And again, lastly, the 9 stars from Leo always above her head, plus the 3 wandering stars aligned perfectly for the crown. God himself spoke through the prophet Daniel and said these things would be sealed up until the time of the end, as in nobody would really understand until the end came. Thanks to technology, we have a program called Stellarium. It allows us to go forward and backward in time and see how the stars align. Because as they have seen, every star